What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a FIFA 18 experiment. It's quite a simple one. Can a team of Jurgen Klopp's players win the Champions League? Jurgen Klopp has come close to winning the Champions League twice, lost two finals, once with Liverpool, once with Borussia Dortmund. So we've got a team of all the players he has played with. It is a very strong team. We're seeing if he can win the Champions League, but also maybe the Premier League, FA Cup, that kind of thing. I picked Liverpool as that is his current club, and that was the easiest one to get all the players to. Let's take a look at the team. In goal, we've got Carriers. The goalkeeper spot, he's never really played with a world-class goalkeeper. I mean, Carriers, I think he's good, but the mistake is going to ruin his career now, quite possibly. Fullbacks, I've gone for Andy Roberts. Is it Andy Robertson? Yeah, it's Andrew Robertson and Piszczek. I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold on the bench, but I went for Piszczek, and he's 8 ratings high, even if he is 30, 31-ish. Hummels and Socrates, both formerly, or Socrates still is, but Hummels formerly of Borussia Dortmund, where until he left for Bayern Munich. Very strong defence. I went for Socrates just over Van Dijk, but that may switch midway through the season if they switch rating because Socrates gets old. Henderson is taking up the CDM spot, arguably Mr. Liverpool. He's got the captain's armband as well. Centre mid, I've gone for Wijnaldum, one of Klopp's current players, and Gundogan, one of his Borussia Dortmund players who have been stolen from one of their rivals, City. At Cam, the Snake, Philippe Coutinho, obviously now at Barca, but back here at Liverpool for this experiment. And up front is where we are absolutely insane. I've gone for Mo Salah and Lewandowski, but the level of strikers we have in this team is ridiculous. As you can see on the bench, we've got Aubameyang, Firmino, Mane. There's also Ciro Immobile, Perisic, Royce, if you can count them as strikers. So many good ones, but I've gone for those two up top. You can see other players on the bench. We've got Mignolet, Mkhitaryan, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Goetze. They've got a lot of strong centre mids actually. It's Chan, Kagawa, Goetze, Lallana, Milner. You've got like Skrtel and Lovren. Skrtel obviously back at Liverpool after having left a few years ago. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, here we go. First game of the season. It is up against Watford. We're going to sim all the games in the simulation spot so you can see how it goes through the season. I may switch the teams around. Let's see. A good 2-0 win. 2 goals Coutinho in the first game. Who is up next? We have got a transfer offer, so I'll cut that. Because it's the transfer window, I've had to ignore lots of offers that have been coming in. But second game of the season, we're up against Crystal Palace. Hopefully should get another win. We're at home, and at home is normally where you win most of your games. Ooh. Okay, Carriers could be out injured, so that's an interesting change. Next game is against Luton in the Carabao Cup. Jumping straight into it, let's ignore all the emails. And let's see, if we don't win this, I think it would be a bit of a shock if Luton knocked us out. But you never know. Here we go. I just saw the next game, it is against Arsenal, so that's going to be another interesting one. Bidenfeller has been brought into the team, and Bender. Speak of the devil. A 90th minute goal keeps them in the game, and then a 92nd minute goal has won them the game. We just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup to Luton. Jesus Christ. Still clean in the league though, still unbeaten. Can we go Invincibles? Arsenal's up next, so that's a good talk on the Invincibles part. Let's see what we can do against this one. Arsenal. I don't think we took... Oh no, we took Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan from them, so their team will be quite weakened. Let's go. 1-1 draw. It's not a bad result for one of the top tier teams, to be honest. Okay, as we kick off September, we've got a tough game against Manchester City. We've lost Hummels now as well, so players are really going out injured quickly. It's our first defeat of the season. Kyle Walker's injured for them, so I suppose that's alright. And the big games keep coming. Burnley after this one. Okay, Barcelona. We want second in the group. Dortmund also in this group. Jurgen Klopp's other old team, so could be a draw here would be good. A 1-0 loss and an injury to Socrates. The injuries are flying in, and they're going to deal us some damage. Not sure what's happened to Benitez's eyes in that image, but anyway. Okay, Burnley. We've had 3 defeats in a row now. Not a good run to be on, so hopefully a win here will sort all that out. No, it won't. 4 losses on the trot. I think we're having a bad run of form. The injuries are starting to take their impact as they come in thick and fast. Leicester up next on the 23rd of September. And then Borussia Dortmund after that. A big, big game. Let's see. Can we get 3 points here? End the losing streak. There we go. Aubameyang ends the losing streak. It took us long enough. That's the perfect time as well. This is a tough Champions League group that we want to get through. We don't want to have to suffer for being knocked out or Europa League. Skirtle into the team, interestingly. A 2-1 win. That is huge. Dortmund and Liverpool probably equal in terms of team strength, I would say. So it'll be very tight to see which of those two goes through. I can't see us beating Barcelona despite the strength of our team. No, I didn't cock up. Newcastle up next on the 1st of October. Let's see what we can do. Another win and another centre-back out injured. Jesus Christ. The defenders, Socrates has been injured, Hummels has been injured, and now Skirtle's been injured. Jesus. Although we are sitting in 3rd place in the league, which is good. And another big team. We're playing a lot of big teams early on, which is interesting to see. Man United up next. Hummels and Socrates returned though, so that is good to see. And a 2-1 win. Mkhitaryan bags 2 goals. Nice up next. 3 points here would be absolutely huge. Can we have that win, please? Yes, we can. 4-0. That will help the goal difference as well. Looking pretty strong for us. At the end of this month, we're going to take a look at all the tables to show you how we are doing. We do not want to manage the Czech Republic. Spurs, another big game. I told you the big games are coming on strong. Good to see Gundogan back as well now, actually. We've got a full strength. 3-1 defeat to Spurs, not what we want. Almost got a full strength team back, which is good to see. Huddersfield up next. What can we do in this one? It's only Karius that's out injured now at the moment. Other than that, we've got a full strength team. And it's a 3-0 win. Bloody hell. I think it's the goalkeeper that is really weakening our side. Borussia Dortmund said the big games were coming on strong. A win here and we're probably through. So this is huge. Come on. A draw's alright, you know. We're in the driving seat now. We've what? 1-2 drawn, 1 lost 1. So that's 7 points for 4 games. That's pretty good. We're not putting Emre Can out on loan. Let's get this West Ham game. No, go away. Let's get this West Ham game won. We're 5 points down on City, who are doing pretty well in the league at the moment, only dropping 6 points so far. A win here will help that though. There we go. Oh, Coutinho's out for a knock. At least it's only a small... It wasn't a major injury, just a small knock. City are absolutely romping the league though. Jesus Christ. Southampton up next. I think there's been an international break, so that's why that is. Come on, Barcelona's coming up. Okay, that's the big one. We could actually win the group if we can somehow beat them. That would be big. Can we get a win here though? Confident. 4-0. That's a confidence booster and a half. Here we go. Dortmund are only 3 points down on us actually, but we've still got to play Nice, and they play them this game. So if we win here, we're through. We can win! Messi puts them ahead 1 minute in. We may have topped the group. We'll have to take a look at that in a minute. But Chelsea up next. Big games continue. Can't see them anywhere in the top 6, which is interesting to see. Can we get the win though? That's the important part. Keep on winning. A draw against Chelsea I can work with. Okay, looks like this is the final game of the month before we jump in and take a look at how things are going in all the different competitions. It is Stoke. Can we get a win? Oh no, it's a loss to Stoke. Relegated in real life, that's not good to see. Okay, let's take a look at some of the tables. Okay, as we jump across to take a look at the leagues, Arsenal are in the relegation zone. We only took Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang from, but they have managed 1 win all season. They're sitting joint bottom. And if Palace win their game in hand or even draw their game in hand, Arsenal are rock bottom. I was not expecting that. Anyway, let's focus on what we're looking at. We're looking alright. 26 points from our first 14 games. That defeat to Stoke hasn't helped things. City are doing very well, unbeaten so far in the league. Spurs as well, 9 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. But 7 points down at this stage is definitely comebackable. Stoke, you can see they're actually having a pretty good season, sitting in 5th place. Chelsea doing slightly poor with in only 8th place. But the shock is Arsenal, 19th place. What the heck is going on? Europa League, we are not in that. Champions League, as you can see here, Nice is obviously out. But theoretically, we can still get sent home. if what it's unlikely actually now I look at it. Dortmund's goal difference is so much worse. But if we win against Nice by a better goal difference than Barca beat Dortmund, then we go top of the group, and that could really help us. So, Carabao Cup. Oh, we went out to Luton, didn't we? And the FA Cup hasn't started yet. So, let's take a quick look at the top scorers. Mo Salah topping it like he did in real life. 8 goals for him. If we go over to the squad report, we can see how players are doing as well. A lot of injuries. Karius only played 2 games because of that early season injury. Piszczek, interestingly, were the main men. Lewandowski up there, Salah, Robertson, Wijnaldum. Mkhitaryan's played a fair bit despite not actually being in my original team. Interesting they've taken Weidenfeller over... who is it? It's... Mignolet. Weidenfeller's been taken over Mignolet despite being 37 years of age. Van Dijk playing a fair few games. Hummels. Aubameyang not so much. Mignolet a couple. Injuries have definitely changed up this squad. As you can see, Chan only played 1 game. Firmino only played 1 game. Chamberlain, Lallana. Royce hasn't played a single match. Neither is Immobile. Or actually, I suppose Joe Gomez is. Mane hasn't played a single match. So you can see, big players getting cut out. But the aim is to win maybe the treble. We're still in all 3 main competitions. So let's carry on with the simulation. Okay, carrying on. Brighton is up next. But more importantly, after this game, it is Nice, the final group game. Currently, I can see on the screen there, 10 points down in the league, but comebackable. We've played a lot of the top teams. There is another 3 points to help. So I think we played City, Arsenal, United and Spurs. So I think it's only Chelsea that we haven't actually faced in terms of big teams. A player returned from injury, that's good to see. It's Karius. Karius is back in the team for this Champions League game. Can we get a good win? Oh. Barcelona drew as well, so we need to go take a look at this. I think Barca topped the group just. Switch table view. Oh, they have got us on goals scored. That's a bit annoying, but I suppose we are through, which is good to see. Let's find out who we're facing. Where are we? Oh. Now, 1 more goal, and we'll be facing Porto. But we're going to be facing Real Madrid, which is going to be very, very tough. We may get knocked out in that one. But for the moment, let's focus on this. Everton is carrying on in our next game. They're currently sitting in 6th place, I can see. Let's get... come on. I suppose it's Merseyside derby, isn't it? Jesus. We need a win here. Never mind. I suppose a 1-1 draw is still not too bad when it comes down to it. West Brom, a relegated team. This should be 3 points in the bag. I think I'd be shocked if it weren't the case, so... 3 points, please. Yes, there we go. Lewandowski sent off and Gundogan injured, so not all positive, but I suppose 3 points is 3 points. We're still 10 points behind City. City, I think, are still yet to lose a game. So, FIFA ain't giving us much chance, or Jurgen much chance of winning any trophies. They've already knocked us out to Luton, for God's sake. Ooh. More points dropped. A draw with Bournemouth. Okay. Arsenal. This could be interesting. How are Arsenal going to perform? I guess they haven't brought in a backup striker or something. Yeah, they've got Welbeck and Iwobi up top. They went 1-0 up through Ramsey, but we've managed to get it back, as you can see on the screen. Swansea up now. Actually, we might take a look at the league before the January transfer window or after it. I'll decide one of the two, and we'll look at the league then. We don't want to be looking at it too constantly through this video. It'll take too long. 2-0 win at Swansea, or away, or at home to Swansea, I suppose. Leicester City, past league winners. Games are starting to come on thick and strong, and January is coming on thick and strong as well, so things heating up. Another 2-0 win. This is comfortably good, to be honest. We're not planning on making any transfers. The team's supposed to stay as it is through this time. We're sitting in 2nd now, actually, which is good to see. But Man City... still, I think, unbeaten. I'll take a look at the end of January, but I think they're still unbeaten. Jesus Christ. Okay, January may be a bit less coordinated because it'll keep pulling me across for transfers, so apologies about that. First game of the FA Cup. Here we go, Charlton. Hopefully we don't have the embarrassment we suffered... oh, for God's sake. Hopefully we don't have the embarrassment that we suffered in the Carabao Cup. Actually get through and win this game. No, we're not selling anybody. I don't know who's actually out injured at this stage. Trent Alexander-Arnold's in the team, so that's interesting to see. A win, please. Let's actually get... I mean, we left it close. It was only 1-0 against Charlton, so... Still not doing great. And City are dominating. I don't get how they're doing it. Jesus Christ. Ronaldo wins the Ballon d'Or. Not a shock there. I mean, it's good to see that they've got a solid Champions League spot with this. I would have expected that, to be honest, though. City are absolutely romping it. They need to be brought down a notch really quickly. Basically, I think we need to beat them. Okay, City sit 15 points clear. We need a win, though. Chelsea and Spurs are right on our heels. We get the win. Wijnaldum this time. Okay, we've got our next FA Cup match. We want to try and win one trophy this year. So I think this could be the one we're going for. As City are romping the league and Real could be tough to beat. So a good win against Portsmouth. No shocks, please. Thank you very much. Wijnaldum's backing a few goals, which is good to see. Transfer window is about to come to an end. So we'll take a look at the tables before we jump into that. So City still on, but they've conceded 9 goals this year. How are we supposed to beat this? 47 points isn't bad. 14 wins from 23 is pretty good. Arsenal, they've pulled themselves forward a little bit. They're now sitting 3 points above relegation. Huddersfield not looking too good. Saying that, fight for second place is tight. Bloody hell. Spurs are falling back, and not Spurs, United are falling back a little bit. They're level with Leicester, although they do have a game in hand. But between us three, Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs, it is very tight. Arsenal screwing up and City dominating. Okay, here we are. February begins. The windows are finished. We need to stop City's dominance if we want Jurgen Klopp to win something. That's not the way to go about it. A 0-0 draw with last place in the league. Definitely. Ooh. Oh wait, no, they just haven't played a game. I thought City might have lost for a minute. We on it? Ooh. Okay, Real Madrid game is coming up. That is the big one. Southampton should get a win here. Another team in the relegation zone. And another draw, and Hummel's out injured. Few big issues there. This is big. Let's see how long Hummels is out for before we start this game. Skirtle's back from injury. That's nice to see. 3 days. Is he going to be back from injury? I don't know. I mean, tough decision whether I play him or not. We're going for him. We keep Hummels in the team. Real Madrid, this is, if we lose this one, it's all over. We have to get at least a draw from this game, then hope in the away that, shit. If they dominate the away leg, we're in trouble, so come on. Okay, I wish we had Porto. Can they do anything? It's only 1-0, I suppose, which isn't as bad as it seems, but the away leg is always tough. Come on, 10 minutes, grab a nice goal. Get an equalised, put it 1-0. Okay, we're 1-0 down. Going into the away leg at... I've forgotten what Real Madrid Stadium is. Anyway, FA Cup against Bournemouth. This is the one trophy I want to try and win, so please get a victory here. It's going to go to a replay against Bournemouth. I suppose they're a Premier League opposition, so not as much of a shock as you would expect. West Ham coming up next. I feel like City is starting to drop some points now, so I might take a quick look at that. Still yet to lose, but they've conceded a few goals and they've drawn a few games, so that at least I suppose is good to see, but still, a 15-point deficit is going to be tough to pull back. They may well do this unbeaten thing, or the Invincibles. 5-0 against West Ham, that's a win we want to see. Spurs. Okay, this is a big game, fight for probably second place if I'm honest. Oh, they've bagged a 3-2 win, a high scorer, but not in our name. Not in our name, in our advantage. February comes to a close. Bournemouth replay. We're at home this time, so that's good to see. Can we get the win? 4-0 in the second leg. Get in. Wijnaldum bagging at least, so I didn't see whether he got a hat-trick or not. I thought City were dropping points. They're not. Okay, Liverpool against Newcastle. 3-1 win. We're carrying on the good results, to be honest. Oh my God. On the 7th, we have Real Madrid. On the 9th, we have City. Can we at least stop? Okay, come on. This is the big game. Can we get through? 1-0 down. We're away from home. This is a huge challenge. If they bag a goal, we're in big trouble. So I can't see us getting 2. Shit. We have to get 2 goals. Come on, Liverpool. Or come on, Klopp. Wijnaldum's got 1 back. Oh, shit. We need 2 goals now. I don't think it's going to happen. No. Wait, oh. Okay. Go on. No. They played really well, but they couldn't quite make it through. City, we have to carry on. Can we at least try and stop their dominance? Spurs are actually catching up. And oh, have they lost the game? I think they... No, I was too hopeful. They haven't lost the game. Can we be the team to beat Manchester City? No. They're unbeatable. And we took Gundogan away. FA Cup quarter-finals, Huddersfield. That's an interesting one. I'd expect us to win, but, I mean, you never know. So, going to find out in a second, though. A 4-1 win. The FA Cup, we are romping it. That's the one thing we're romping, the FA Cup. City could honestly hit the 100-point mark. They could beat the real Man City. They're doing that well. I mean, Spurs could get like 80-odd points. They're having a pretty good season. As a this Klopp team. But they don't stand a chance. I've never seen domination like this. I mean, it's a 13-point gap. If they win their next game, which they probably will. Oh, they haven't played their game in hand yet. That's interesting to see. Oh, Palace and United. They're actually only 6 points and a game in hand ahead of Spurs. So, if Spurs could beat them, that would be nice, I suppose. Another 2-0 win. Townsend misses a penalty. Manchester United. We've probably got third sewn up. United have screwed up at the first part of the season. Chelsea screwed up in the second half. They dropped to 5th place. But we do lose. Alexis Sanchez bags the goal. Not long left to go in this season if someone wants to catch Manchester City. If it's... Ooh. City have lost the game! Come on! I suppose something positive has happened. Looking at actually some of the other stuff, Huddersfield and Southampton and Palace all looking in bad positions. Not too good. It's actually quite a tight relegation battle. Arsenal have dragged their way up a little bit. City. Spurs are only 6 points down now, so it's doable. It's not doable for us, that is, but third place looks like where we're gonna be finishing. Europa League, we got knocked out of the Champions League. If only we'd had Porto. City won the Carabao Cup as well. City in the Champions League as well. Yeah, they could honestly win the treble. And we're facing who's it? We're facing Man United. Oh, they can't win the treble. They can't. They've knocked out Spurs. We're facing Man United in the FA Cup semi-finals. So that's a pretty challenging game as well. Seconds. I can't speak English. We win the Merseyside derby. There we go. I managed to speak English. Okay, City have lost another game. Holy shit. 2 games lost for City. Could it somehow happen that they screw up this league? Wijnaldum's backing a lot of goals actually now I think about it. Bloody hell. Okay, this is the one that I want to win. FA Cup semi-final. Can Liverpool get a win? Firmino's in the team. He hasn't played much. No. United have knocked us out of the FA Cup. That means no trophies for us this year unless City majorly fuck up the league. Although Spurs could come... Spurs have dropped points as well. 8 points. I can't see it happening. I mean, we're banging in good goals. We're banging in a lot of goals, don't get me wrong. But 8... Okay, City have to get 1 point. So yeah, we are out the running of the Premier League. Shame to see. But 70 points or 80 points, wherever we're at, 75 probably-ish, isn't that bad, to be honest. I mean, we've got Chelsea coming off on the second to last game of this season. Have City won the league? Yes, they have. City, they managed, after screwing up a little bit at the end, they've managed to win the league. Can we get a victory against Chelsea? Not quite. I'd be interested to see if Jurgen's Klopp team could win a different league, like the Serie A or something. I think they're struggling in the Bundesliga or the league, but maybe they could win the Serie A, you never know. Third place is where we are going to finish. Final game of the season against Brighton. Can we get one more win? Yes, we can. Wijnaldum bagged a lot of goals, actually. I've said that a couple of times now, but he has. Let's take a look at the final standings. Okay, we're going to take a look at all the final standings in the league and everything. Starting off with the Premier League. City ended up losing 4 games, actually didn't dominate as much as they looked like they might. Huddersfield, Southampton and Newcastle go down. Bournemouth just surviving. Arsenal finish in 11th place, behind Burnley, so that's interesting. Chelsea dropped off second half of the season, ending up 7th. United get your final Champions League spot. We're only 1 point down on Spurs, and only 7 to be fair off City, so we weren't as bad as thought. 77. In another year you could win the league with that tally, but never mind. Okay, City and Real faced each other in the Champions League final. The two teams that have smashed us the most, I suppose. City have also won the Carabao Cup. City could absolutely dominate things. FA Cup, West Ham versus Manchester United. Let's take a look at some of the scoring charts. I thought Salah might have won it. 16 goals, not quite enough. 11 goals. I wonder whether Wijnaldum's on this list. He is. Wijnaldum bagging 10 goals from centre mid is pretty impressive. And I think if we go with some of the other competitions as well, we might see Wijnaldum poking in there somewhere. Not in the Champions League, but not in the Carabao Cup. We got knocked out really early. Only got 4 goals. I thought we got more than that actually. 14, I suppose, isn't too bad. Let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look at the squad in the team hub first. Some players gone up, some players gone in rating. Fluctuate. P-Shake's gone down in rating, I can see. But the team was pretty good. If you want to see more of these experiments, I don't know why I'm outro the video now. I haven't actually finished. That was a little bit thick. I thought they could win the league with this team. I really did. Okay, sorry about that slight interruption that made this seem a little bit weird. But we're going to take a look at the stats of each player. Robertson actually ever present in the Premier League team. We've got a number of ever presents actually. Now I look through 4 of them. I wonder whether they played every single game of the season. It's quite possible. I think it is actually. These 4 players played every single game. Robertson, Salah, Henderson and Wijnaldum are the OGs of this team. Socrates, 1 game off it. Hummels also had a decent season. Lewandowski did alright. Some players though should have been playing more. If we look down, Firmino only getting 8 games in the season. Mignolet skirted a little bit, and Perisic only 4. Immobile play an 86 rated playing once. That says a lot about the attack in this team. Goetze playing once. Chan playing once. Lallana, Royce, Chamberlain. They didn't even play, neither did Mane actually. So a few players didn't even get their chance in the team, which maybe could have changed our fortunes in this league. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, I hope you want to see more. Remember to like, subscribe. This is a really shitty outro. Peace.